So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Roma Theory as we've got a massive game to prepare this Sunday. And then we've got another massive game on Thursday, the second leg against Salzburg. Both of them are equally important. It could be argued that one is more important than the other. I personally think this game against Verona on Sunday is a game which we cannot by any means underestimate and already think about the Salzburg game, because this is a game which, if we don't win, then first of all, our confidence massively drops down, because if we don't win this game, it would be 3 consecutive games that we don't win. Second of all, if we don't win at home against a team which is fighting to not get relegated, we're showing the world that we're not a Champions League top 4 side. And we are right now, everyone's there, everyone's crushed together. There are like just a little few points that are separating the teams up there. And we cannot lose our rhythm. You know, Milan could potentially be back. They've won against Torino. They've won against Tottenham. They are winning right now against Monza at time of speaking. Atalanta's solid. Inter Milan is solid. Lazio can be wobbly, but at the end of the day, they're a good side. We cannot lose this rhythm. We cannot lose the train. We've booked our ticket in it. And we have to just put that pressure, continue that pressure, and not give up. That's definitely something which I'll say in preparation for this game. Overall, we'll go through my predicted 11 for Verona. We're also going to speak about them. We're going to speak about their players and how Roma prepare this game. First thing we're trying to say is, in fact, how Roma prepare this game. We are coming from a defeat which is a defeat, but it's not a tragic defeat, because we can turn Salzburg's defeat into a great comeback in a few days at the Olimpico. And I've already said in the match reaction how I'm positive about that game. I know the ambience at the Olimpico in these kind of games. I know how big it is. I know that 75,000 fans will be there pushing the team to go through and through and through. And the passion and the environment will be a big thing for Salzburg to hold. We've seen this in many occasions. But today we're not here to speak about Salzburg. Roma come into this game with two very important injuries. DYBALA and Pellegrini are both injured for this game. That really means that there is no creativity in this team whatsoever in tomorrow's game. How will that evolve? That will evolve, we shall see, with the attitude of the first 20 minutes. I think these games, which are tough games, which you can't really predict. I'm actually predicted a Roma win, just because we can't lose this game. But these games, where we're coming from 2 consecutive a draw against Lecce and a defeat against Salzburg, when we're coming from these moments, these games are always unpredictable. And if you don't have DYBALA and Pellegrini starting, you have a big stone which just landed on the Olimpico. Tammy has to do is massive. Tammy Abraham's performance tomorrow is gonna decide tomorrow's game. It will be the performance which will give us the 3 points or not give us the 3 points. El Shaarawy, same thing. But again, speaking about this game, it could be said that the team is already thinking about Salzburg game. But we have to equally share the attention and the concentration on both these two games. Because as I said in the match reaction against Salzburg, these two games, the one on Sunday and the one on Thursday, are two of the most important games of the entire season. These are two games which can, at the end of the season, we can look back at them and go, right, it's these two games which brought us in the position we are right now. Fatigue is going to play a big part, because we literally played 3 days ago. We're going to play tomorrow, and then in a few days we're going to play again. It's that part of the season. And when you don't have a squad depth, the big players have to start. Mourinho has to take some gambles and risks. That's the way it is. It is going to be a tough game, but I'm predicting a win. They're definitely going to go there to park the bus. And what I'm scared of is that the fact that they're parking the bus and the fact that we don't have DYBALA and Pellegrini on the pitch means that how do we infiltrate them is a very good question. But we just can't lose tomorrow's game. Moving on to our predicted 11. Let's talk about our predicted 11 and then we'll speak about them for a second. I've got Rui Patricio in goal. Big surprise in defence. I think Llorente will give Ibanez a rest. Now, I know Smalling. We could give Smalling a rest, and I understand this. But I personally think Smalling has shown how he's completely changed his fitness. He's not that injured anymore. So, let's not risk Smalling. We need Smalling in this game. You know, This is not a game where we have to show everyone that we're gonna start with a turnover. No, we have to start with the solid players in this game, as much as we have to start with solid players on Thursday too. This is why players, secondary players, bench players, I don't want to see them. Some of them, yes. Some of them we will have to accept them. Because obviously Dybala is injured, Pellegrini is injured, maybe a few little players need a rest. But overall, we cannot accept the turnover. So Rupert goal. Ibanez rests, Llorente starts and debuts in his first, in fact he gets his first minutes as a Roma player. Smalling and Mancini starts. Mancini's been very, very good recently. He's been my top 3 man of the match in the Salzburg game. Cristante was my man of the match, and then Mancini. They've grown up so much. 4 midfielders. I've gone with Matic and Cristante in the middle. Now I wanna spend a few minutes on this. Can we see Mourinho not starting Matic and Cristante? Yes, we can. But I think he's not going to change the Matic and Cristante duo. It's something which we will not see. We won't see it. I think Matic and Cristante will yet start another game. And don't get me wrong, they're probably going to start on Thursday too. But as I just said, this game is important. Cristante definitely starts this game, 100%. He deserves to start this game after their performance against Salzburg. The big question is on Matic. Can Matic uphold another 90 minutes? Does Matic have the fitness to start another game? You know, he's not the youngest out there, so maybe we give a Bove a chance. Do I think it will happen? Do I think Mourinho will choose it? No. I think Mourinho will go with the classic Matic and Cristante duo. My 2 fullbacks. I am starting Cilic. Now, most of you guys might go, where's Karsdorp? Karsdorp reintegrated in the team. Let's bring him back in the lineup because we need him. Because Cilic is a bang average player. Cilic is a bang average, maybe in parentheses also useless player. Another wasted 7 million euros. And with Karsdorp back, Cilic could really not see the pitch anymore. I think Cilic lately has been the biggest liability in Mourinho's team. But I'm going to go with Cilic. And I'm kind of contradicting myself, but I don't think Karsdorp's ready. As much as I want to see Karsdorp instead of Cilic, I think Karsdorp is still not ready. He's been still for quite a long while. So I think we will need some time to see Karsdorp back fit. So Cilic starts. And on the other side, I've gone with Spina. I think Spina deserves his chance. Zalewski needs a rest. He's been playing every game lately. Bring Spina back. This is a classic game where they're going to park the bus and we need Spina accelerations. Spina's cuts in the box. Maybe win us a penalty. That's what we need. And that, I think, is what Spina would bring in this game when we're not facing a massive side. Then, my 3 attackers, 2 attacking midfielders, 1 striker. Tammy up front, and my 2 attacking midfielders with Pellegrini and Dybala both injured, or El Shaarawy, who in my opinion deserves it, is slowly getting back to the prime El Shaarawy of a few years ago. And next to him, Volpato. Now, I know there are a lot of you guys which are going, Sobakin. Where is Sobakin? Do I have something against Sobakin? Does Mourinho have something against Sobakin? The answer is, Sobakin ain't ready. And this is something which the manager has said in many interviews. People are continuously asking about Sobakin. Where's Sobakin? Where is Sobakin? Where is Sobakin? Sobakin is not ready. Sobakin came from such a different league, from such a different club. Sobakin will need time. And you're probably asking yourself, well, it's been a few months now that Sobakin came. Surely he's ready. Well, apparently, according to Mourinho, I'm quoting his words here, Sobakin hasn't learned Roma's tactics yet. And that is why I'm going to put Volpato in it. I want to see Sobakin too. But you look at the last 20 minutes he played against Lecce, maybe 15 minutes he played against Lecce, and he didn't do absolutely anything. You expect some impacts, but zero, absolutely zero. This is I'm not saying anything against Sobakin, but that really shows you that he still needs to learn the ambience, how to collaborate with other players, and all of that. So Sobakin really isn't ready. And then Tammy up front. As I said at the start, much of us winning tomorrow will depend on Tammy Abraham. Because if Tammy doesn't bag the goals, then I think it's really hard for us to win. But it's a game we have to win. No question marks whatsoever. This is a match we have to absolutely win. Absolutely win. Right, let's speak about them, because they've got quite a few players missing. They have got Henry missing. They've got Juric missing. They've got a few other interesting players missing. But at the end of the day, they're going to a great side. They don't have a standout player. They've got their two most valuable players, or Doig, which is a Scottish guy, Josh Doig, and on the other side, Tamez. Tamez is a good physical midfielder. But I think Cristante and Matic are on a good run. They're on good momentum, so they can keep up with him. They're a team which started the season really bad, but they're slowly lifting themselves up away from relegation zone. In 2023, in fact, Verona have actually got one of the best records out there. Now, the problem with Verona is that they hate scoring goals. They're a team which score little amount of goals, just like us. So prepare. Tomorrow's game could be a massive, boring game. Massive, boring game. Tomorrow's game can be a very closed game, because these are two teams which don't like scoring. But, again, this is interesting, because you look at the last time we faced Verona. It was in, October. And it was a few days before a massive game in Europa League, the Ludogorets game. Because if we wouldn't have won that game against Ludogorets, then we would have gone in the Conference League. And we played Verona a few days ago. This is exact same situation. Exact same situation. We had Verona on the weekend, and then in a couple of days we had the biggest game in the Europa League group stage, which we had to win if we want to advance to the next round. Deja vu. Massive deja vu. We've got Verona on the weekend, and in a few days we've got a crucial game which we have to win against Salzburg in the Europa League. Another deja vu. DYBALA was missing in that game. It was the period DYBALA was injured. Well, who's injured in this game? DYBALA. So no DYBALA. We beat Verona a few months ago without DYBALA, with Volpato on the pitch, with Volpato masterclass. I'm expecting a Volpato goal. I'm not expecting it. I'm saying to it. If Volpato starts, mark my words, betting experts, if you want to bet a few pounds on something, Volpato to score. So that's the situation. Deja vus. Last time we faced Verona, our deja vu went well, because then we also beat Ludogorets. But it's a similar situation in a different period of the year, where we're definitely more tired. We're definitely more clashed down. But against Verona on Sunday, we have to win. I mean, DYBALA, speaking about DYBALA, his injury isn't massive. It's just a precaution. So we'll be out against Verona. He'll be back on on Thursday against Salzburg. And I think if DYBALA wasn't going to be back for that game, my confidence would have definitely dropped down. I'm still confident for that Salzburg game. I think we're going to win. I think we're going to go through. But as I said at the start, before thinking about that game, we've got a big game tomorrow. Inter Milan are playing tonight. Lazio are playing tomorrow against Salernitana. That's a very tough game. Milan are winning 1-0 against Monza. They've won. I'm scared they're back. I've already said this. Napoli look unstoppable. Atalanta are playing Lecce tomorrow. Look at this table right now. Napoli 62. Bye-bye, they've gone. Inter Milan 44. Milan 44. Atalanta 41 with a match remaining at home against Lecce. So they could go 44-2. Roma with a match missing 41. Could go 44-2. And Lazio 39, if they win, they could go to 41. If Inter Milan win tonight, obviously they'd advance more into second position. But if we win tomorrow, and Atalanta win tomorrow, and Milan, now that they've won against Monza, everyone would be third at 44 points. Everyone is close together. The 1 second someone slips things up, yes, we remain close together, but that just poses an obstacle to ourselves. That just poses a massive runaway to the other sides. And it's that period of the year where we have to try and collect as much points as possible against these sides to kind of create that gap and kind of advance to the top four. I always say this. I always say this in these match previews against these small sides. We're good at collecting points against small sides. I know Lecce was an exception. I know Udinese was an exception. But apart from that, we are, after Napoli, the best team in the league, which have collected the most points against against most sides, and I hope the momentum continues, because winning this game would also massively prepare the fans, it would prepare the players, it would prepare the manager for Thursday's big game. I'll be assisting at the stadium, and hopefully it will go the right way. But we gotta focus on tomorrow. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna drag it any further. This is the match preview for tomorrow's game against Verona at home tomorrow evening. Will I go live? I don't know. I've tested the connection literally a few minutes ago. I tried to go live, but then the connection wasn't going. So hopefully this video is now uploaded. I don't know. I'll see. If the connection is good, then I will go live for the live watch along tomorrow. If it isn't good, I will catch you guys on Sunday for the match reaction. Otherwise, if I'm not going live tomorrow, enjoy the game. But I do think I will. I'm going to try my best to go live. I'm going to try and find the best connection place here. Otherwise, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share the link of the channel with your families and friends. And yeah, just smash that thumbs up, smash that red button. Take 2 seconds, free of cost, and supports me a lot. So please do it. We've got a massive week ahead. Verona tomorrow, Salzburg on Thursday. You don't want to miss them. So smash it right now. I'm confident. I feel like we can get 6 points from the next 2 games against Verona and Salzburg. We can do it. We can do it. We truly can do it. We just have to believe in it. But I'll catch you soon. Also, in the comments, let me know what you think the most important game is. Tomorrow against Verona or Thursday against Salzburg. So, I'll catch you soon. Simon, out.